In this video, we will have a look at what Mark Zuckerberg said about the social network. Let's get started. Whenever you hear the term historical drama, the first thing that will probably come to your mind is pictures of corsets, horses, and knights running around with swords. But then, in 2010, The Social Network was released. The movie was set in 2004, and it was primarily based on real-life events recorded in a book. The book, titled The Accidental Billionaires by Ben Mezrich, was published in 2009. The film can be called an early aughts masterpiece. The film mostly tries to bring out the origins of the little tech company that is now a multi-billion-dollar company, Facebook. It also tried to explain a few things about the founder, Mark Zuckerberg, that you most likely did not know about, alongside his co-founder, Eduardo Saverin. Jesse Eisenberg played Mark Zuckerberg, while the co-founder, Eduardo, was played by Andrew Garfield. When the movie was released, it was greatly received, mainly because it explained to people the origins of one of the world's most famous and popular companies. Also, it was a great movie, no doubt about that. It was so close to winning an Oscar, but the ridiculously competitive Best Picture category in 2011 stopped it. However, many have argued that The Social Network did not really bring out Zuckerberg as the good guy. The movie presents him as a socially awkward, cold, easily manipulated, dishonest, and disloyal person. But in the whole film, there was only one thing that was perfectly accurate about the CEO and founder of Facebook, and it was not what you think. It is actually something that you would not expect. Let us not talk about everything that the movie got wrong about the real story. Let us focus on what Mark Zuckerberg thinks about the film. Zuckerberg says that the movie was significantly flawed as it did not really portray his true character and the company's history. When the movie was released, he tried to keep it together and not comment on it. However, a few weeks after The Social Network hit the theaters, he joked about it when he spoke at Stanford University's startup school in October 2010. He said he did not really have to talk about Facebook's early days because a movie just came out that is 100% accurate. Nonetheless, he has admitted that the movie's inaccuracies deeply bothered him. During a Q&A session at Facebook's headquarters in 2014, he said, referencing The Social Network, "They just kind of made up a bunch of stuff that I found kind of hurtful." This was reported by The Guardian. However, he did say that the filmmakers tried to get some interesting details correct, like the design of the office. What really caught his eye was the costumes worn by his characters. According to Entertainment Weekly, as he was giving a speech at Stanford University's startup school in 2010, Zuckerberg said, "Every single shirt or fleece in The Social Network is actually a shirt or fleece that I own." This was the most accurate, if not the only precise detail in the movie, courtesy of The Social Network director David Fincher and costume designer Jacqueline West. Zuckerberg can thank them for this, along with his own platform. When the amazingly detail-oriented director, Fincher, was producing the movie, he went ahead to find someone who went to Harvard during the period the film was set. He found someone who was mutual friends with Zuckerberg and someone who had access to Zuckerberg's Facebook profile. What made the whole wardrobe of shirts and fleeces so accurate was that West, the costume designer for the movie, went ahead and searched for Mark's photos on Facebook. When asked about it by the Daily Beast, West said that as much as Zuckerberg claims that he does not really care what he wears, she says that funnily, he's created a fashion by constantly wearing the same anti-fashion look. If it wasn't for Zuckerberg, the uniforms of the tech brothers could not have broadened from the black turtleneck to shapeless hoodies. Zuckerberg has dramatically improved his style since the movie was released more than a decade ago. He still wears some sort of uniform to reduce the number of decisions he has to make every morning. He has now moved from a hoodie to a tight-fitting shirt. This new look, along with all that Facebook has been through since 2004, may or may not appear on the screen. Aaron Sorkin, the screenwriter of The Social Network, suggests that there should be a sequel to it. "I think it is high time that Zuckerberg updates his Facebook privacy settings, unless he wants to see his whole wardrobe appear on the screen again." As we mentioned earlier, Zuckerberg's wardrobe might be the only thing the movie brought out perfectly. This means that most of the movie was not accurate. But what did the film actually get wrong? Most biopics always end up changing or exaggerating some details. However, this is necessary to create the plot of the movie. This is no different from The Social Network, since it is not entirely accurate. Not to be confused though, it does have some parts of it that are true about the rise of the social media platform. But what is different about the original story? One of the things that are different is the motivations for a social network. As the social network begins, we see Mark being dumped by his girlfriend, Erica Albright, played by Rooney Mara. Angry about this breakup, he went ahead to his Harvard dorm room and wrote a not-so-friendly blog about Erica, which had some insulting remarks about her. After posting the blog, Mark began working on a website called FaceMash, which mainly was to compare the physical features of female campus students by hacking into the university's database. The website became so popular and caught the attention of the twin brothers, Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, played by Armie Hammer. The twins then approach Mark and ask him for his help creating a social networking site that would only be exclusive to Harvard students. Mark agrees to help them, but he then starts working on a similar project, which later comes to be known as Facebook. However, the real story is not the same. Yes, Zuckerberg wrote a negative blog post about a woman he may or may not have been dating. Still, he did create FaceMash, which led to his expulsion from Harvard. But unlike in the movie, FaceMash used both men's and women's photos to compare attractiveness. When Zuckerberg was asked about it, he said he did not create Facebook to attract girls. He even explains how he has been with his wife, Priscilla Chan, even before Facebook started. During a Q&A, Mark insists that he began to Facebook as a way to help connect the world. Something else that the movie did not quite catch properly was Eduardo's story. Eduardo, played by Andrew Garfield, is a victim in the film. He co-founded Facebook with Zuckerberg, as he was the one who provided the funds to start the project. However, as the film goes on, Mark starts going against Eduardo's input, making important decisions without him. You will easily side with Eduardo when you watch the movie, as it seems like Mark is double-crossing his best friend. But in reality, this is not the case. In fact, the truth is more complicated. After a thorough investigation into the early days of Facebook by Business Insider, it was revealed that, while Saverin was in New York, he did not really tend to his financial duties, causing the growing company to start sinking. Zuckerberg's family was the one that helped with finances by taking out loans. This was driven mainly by Saverin's extensive party life in New York. It was revealed in a message conversation that Mark and his team were focusing on business while Saverin was out partying. Not only that, but Saverin also uploaded ads for his own startup on Facebook, without consulting Zuckerberg or anyone else for that matter. So, as much as Saverin may be the co-founder of Facebook, he is not the original collaborator. The original collaborator with Zuckerberg was Adam D'Angelo, also Facebook's first CTO. These are just the significant differences between the real origin story of Facebook and that of the social network. And clearly, Zuckerberg was not that happy about it. And that brings us to the end of our video. Which part of the video did you enjoy the most? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos. Hit that bell icon to catch the latest video as soon as it's out. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.